Hello, this is Michael, and welcome to week 3. We had a busy week last week. We got our hands dirty and we completed an assignment. Looks like everybody did well. I'm going to be grading those and have those results back to you, but I hope that use that as a starting point. So if you want to add more data or do anything, add more rows, anything you want to do to help fill this out to sooner or later be able to create some sort of an experience. You might have not known, for example, that a service like Twitter had so much data in it. So I was happy to see you guys explore what is a freely available and very valuable resource, except that there's just too much information and it has to be filtered out. So that is a theme, as you might have picked some things that have very small amounts of data. I do want you to think, and have mentioned in many comments, that whatever you're modeling in your data could possibly have an infinite amount of rows or an infinite amount of instances in it. You can use a few as an example, but really think about the breadth of how much could be in there, because your job at this point as the IA is really to figure out how to start grouping and making some sense out of that. So that's the subject we begin this week. I'm also pretty happy that everybody was able to try out import IO, JotForm, Airtable. I know there's some confusion, a little confusion about the tools to be used, but the whole point is for you to look and see that the information and data is available to you and is ubiquitous. There's just so much data out there that you can find something on almost any particular subject or begin to create it yourself. So really is just about seeing what's underneath the hood. And we'll do a lot more of that underneath the hood work for our next assignment, which is actually going to be about HTML markup. And we'll get to more of that the week after this. But the topic of this week is finding patterns. There's some information on the Mural site, on the module, just about how do you determine patterns. And what I'm trying to get at is that people, human beings, are pretty good at identifying patterns, even if they don't exist. So this is the kind of a little bit more thoughtful about what do you have in your fields. Look at each field critically to try to understand, are they something that you can really understand? Is there information in there that's hard to parse? Often as an IA, you're just given data and asked to organize it. In this case, you kind of know where it came from, so you might trust it a bit more, but that doesn't mean that it's full and complete. So it's really about looking at each row and each column and trying to think critically about what's there. There's also some ideas here about Gestalt theory. If you guys aren't familiar with it, it's a favorite topic of mine, just about how people perceive groupings, because we are going to want to group and we are going to want to prioritize. So when we say something's important or higher in a hierarchy, that's really what the job this week is. So there's a few exercises in Mural to just get you to think about that. I've offered my own examples here just to get you guys started, but oftentimes it's just, what do you think is important? Do you need more data to support any kind of real user experience? If there's any questions or anything I can help prod you with, I'll be looking at this and commenting, as many of you are throughout the week. And I would say that also seemed to work out well. If you guys have taken to Mural and sort of figured out how to deal with all the different kinds of information types and all the different layers of information, then you're on your way to understanding how to better understand and organize it for our external users. So that's week 3. Enjoy, and I'll be seeing you in the Mural.